As natural as it gets. Yo! See, now I recorded. Okay. Yo. 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 He. Oh, I'm holding that phone. Okay, yeah. I'm holding the phone. Okay. Welcome back, guys. I am going to make myself say this right now. The next content was going to actually be 2 to 7 different videos in the same day, and that's a little too far for me in one go. If I was still chilling out, and actually one of the videos in particular is literally or just a raw clip of me just chilling out on my laptop, and then following that video was another video about using my Pinebook to show scenes on YouTube on the Pinebook from recording the phone from it, if that makes any sense. Some other scenes that remind you of the abstract philosophy AMV stuff, montages, and YouTuber's advice, back to back in the same video. But instead of saying back to back with B2B, I would have just said taking turns with a dash in the middle. And it's like so that would have been this whole thing, if not the same video. So, yeah, coffee and chopstick in this spoon. How am I gonna say that any different, anyways? Yo. But yeah, to make sense out of this, I am doing good. I just the lighting is way too dense here. Thank you, son, for both the good and bad, but it's all good, obviously. Oh yeah, and there's one. So like out of the other 5 videos, I didn't have to overestimate that. I said too many different numbers. 7 was overstretching the 2 for 6 other reason. But so it was the chill out video, the next AMV, and YouTuber's advice combo. And then 3 would have been like 3 was gonna be a deep doc, which was, and this is why it wouldn't have happened the same day anyways. A deep doc for season 2, which was actually the first episode, where I touched an alarm clock and I'm like, oh, this is a annoying alarm clock for going off and resetting its own time from a power outage. I made a short about that right away. I think I got like 1 or 2 dislikes on that short. That was kind of funny. I was like, you guys don't have taste. You choose now to give me an engagement that sounds distasteful, but it's all engagement, so whatever. It's like that one guy who's like, no, I can't understand your handwriting. And I was like, no, I don't blame you. I know it sucks, but it's like, I mean, it's really good, but to each their own. My handwriting is actually really good. If I were ever going to show on myself for anything, it should not be communication, because I had a long story with that anyways, but it's all been good, and I am a really good writer. I should be able to say that more often, and even believe it, because it is true. But yeah, it's like when that one other YouTube short. But so a deep doc where I touch an alarm clock and I'm like, oh, you know what? It doesn't have to be deep, but considering that this is an alarm clock, because that's a video, is a deep doc episode for season 2. Yeah, it's like this alarm clock is annoying for flashing over and over, but the edit of me talking to myself from across the room, like I did the other scary video, which was the Claymission versus Variety collaboration YouTube thing I did before with that thumbnail. You already know what that is. That was really cool shadow work right there, easily. Some of the best shadow work, like those two, that video, and the one right before New Year's, where I talked about the own cook stuff. That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, all good, right? Easily, all good. In spite of being scary and horrifying, and very despondent sometimes. But that's sometimes by design, even if I don't have control of it anyways. We don't have control. But that deep doc episode, the theme of it is basically to just like to touch an alarm clock that's dysfunctional, and realize that the deeper truth is that if it were not flashing at all, it would almost be like it was on autopilot. And who wants something to feel like you're emotionally and sentimentally and spiritually numb, even just existing in a numb way as if you didn't exist, if nothing ever went wrong or stood out for being unique and strange? No one wants that. That's what makes the oddities and normalcy together a beautiful thing. It's a bit of its own, I'll say, fetish to not like normalcy for its own cliche of being original, but there you go. It's like, normalcy is indeed possible. I said in the YouTube community tab post. Normalcy is possible, assuming if you even did not lose all your dreams. Because responsibility and being that much more, I guess, of a hero or whatever else, what truly, yeah, is like you'll do what's right even if it comes to the cost of your dreams. Thank you, what's the director and the actor? Tobey Maguire and not oh no, the lead director for the first Spider-Man series, or not so much first, but like I am going to remember his name, photographic memory or not, remember Huntress, Flash Gamer or not. We're gonna remember his name. No, we won't. Sorry, never mind. Thank you, Big Nate from Lincoln Pierce. I'm not gonna explain that reference. It's like a comic when he's Nate's dad's in the race, and an old man, actually someone who's older than even him, runs him. He's like in his middle ages. I mean, he's middle aged, and he and someone who's older than him is like, move it, Sonny. I'm not gonna let them outrun me. I won't. I will not. Yes, I will. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to fast and eat quickly the night before. Race starts in 10 minutes. That's all I know. I know, son. That's why I'm eating faster. Shit like that. See, I get to screw around. But yeah. Screw when I had a temper with trying to grow my channel in spite of doing this too hard sometimes, or maybe overthinking, but also still like not always being myself. Not always, but which is why that chill out video for the first of 7 is going to be nice. Just raw, just using a little bit forced anyways, but still be myself if I can't help it. Idea 4 of after the D-Talk 3rd was gonna be like, it was a another short. It was another YouTube short. It was gonna be like let's explain 5 first. 5 is a live stream where I just really splendor at how beautiful my life is. 4 is about because the thing with 5 out of 7 is that 5 is a live stream where I finally make more live streams on YouTube and Twitch, but it's like it's a splendor of how beautiful my life has gotten. It has an all-star feeling to it. It's like, what the hell? My variety audience is gonna just be looking at me from any walk of life, being like anyone who knows me, friends, family, enemies alike. No one's your enemy. You're on that video. Friends, family, other communities, and that still sounds unique. Funny, but so that's 5 is a live YouTube live stream, not Twitch yet, not Instagram yet. They're just we're live, not Facebook live. We'll see. Not Twitter recording stream thing, or X, Elon Musk X. Not Discord screen share shit. I mean, that's good, but I don't have a problem with that. But some of those glitches and those non-features before the features came out. Yeah, I'll return to Discord and Twitter. I will, but it's just where things lie right now. It's just slowly going back to Spotify to make a random playlist all of a sudden, and then going to Twitch to watch Bass Fuzz reactions, and then respond to some people who DM'd me, and then other stuff. That's been so interesting. And then mentioning Ride On and other people on my community tab, when there's no guarantee they'll even see what I'm talking about, let alone be on my channel. It's as random as what you would say about maybe script welders at the back of Beyond, where you take. I'm going to go back to the idea, 7 ideas in a second, but like where you either stay on the ship to not be alone and deal with your fate right there and there in an hour of getting killed by the sun, or you escape the escape pod, 0.03% chance of surviving, assuming you don't isolate yourself to death. And it's like, yeah, the choices people make sometimes. Any hard dilemmas in life, whether there's an obvious answer or not. I'm the believer. That's the life I live, and it is a hard life to live. I'm not so much the acceptance person. I accept certain things in my life, and sometimes I do get lonely. So acceptance and loneliness versus the other vice and virtue, or maybe, because I think what they say is like vice and virtue, vice and vice versus virtue. I forget how it works. Chris Lanzon explained that from Base Fuzz server, the Zeku Arena, on Discord. The thing with actually being, I promise I'll get back to the 7 ideas, even if I don't run out of data on this one, or a storage space, whatever. I'm the believer. We have this pit up with loneliness and acceptance of fate versus being a ridiculously wasteful dreamer. And I'm going to explain this in a second, I promise. and just not being too forward and progressive and too strictly professional. We don't worry about progress if it saves our lives. We don't worry about being alone if we don't need anyone. And even if we still prefer to be around people or even actually need them, to not be alone. Wherever we're learning this life, you pave your own way, basically. So, well, we're going to backtrack from script builder again, back away from base fuzz, and we're back away from video idea number 5 and 4. Well, you didn't explain 4 yet. I explained 5 and 3 and 2 and 1 before. 4 is the short, where I put in a one more Skyward Sword scene, just the imprisoned monster scene, where you start from getting to the temple. Just the visual of that with an editing of Case Parks' one of his other recent videos, where he's like, you know this place called Earth? It's the video game where you're just rated BA for badasses, and I think it's also sold everywhere because everyone has a copy of this game. Gets really cool. He's really cool, very deep, but he's also just a guy like everyone else. We're all in this together. We're all the same. No extraordinary feats or not. We're all in this together. We're all the same. There's no way you could be so unique and beautiful that you only stand out. And I hope you know this in the conscious behind that. Maybe. Not gonna apply that too nuanced and discreet without being weird about it. But if you that means what it means, if I say it right. It'd be nice to speak very English. No, sorry. I am a good writer though. But so video idea number 6 of 7 is going to be based on the scripts of some of my video descriptions and community tab posts all together. So maybe it's the same video. I'm going to collect many video descriptions I've written all time in the last 5 years or so on any of my videos, and then and montage them together with some other community tab posts. I actually, you guys deserve to know this, but yesterday I was reading some of my community tab posts. Basically, what's based on my journal or diary, and it almost kind of low-key made me emotionally tempered. It's like, shit, I'm losing energy and getting somber just by reading my life story and journey. It's like, most of it is very positive and optimistic, but yeah, gotta be careful with that stuff. I almost made it feel too, I almost fell asleep at that point. I fell asleep for 2 minutes in my mind, 2 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, to my athlete goals. And in that dream, I was like, I'm gonna run in the opposite direction of other athletes and sprinters and see if I can dodge them while we're both going at top speed. All of us and them, me and them. Like a funny man and cat kind of situation, kind of like flashing in a bubble. And then I was like, in the second part, I'm running in a country marathon, and it's like, the guy is actually running past Usain Bolt. He's winning. It's like, what? Instead of giving me a nightmare, giving me a heart attack after overthinking the last community tab post I've been reading for hours that day, yesterday, you instead give me a beautiful dream to encourage me and save me from my own heart attack. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm not. I'll be careful. I am being very good about my safety and comfort and protection. I am taking care of myself. Why am I out here taking risks and at the same time not really doing anything? Gotta be real sometimes. You gotta keep it real. But yeah, but we're getting there someday. Someday. We're doing good, but we will be good at that. Promise. But so that's video idea number 6. 6. Video idea number 7. It's not a claymation. It's not a philosophy. It's not a claymation philosophy. It's not a philosophy claymation. What 7 out of 7 is a podcast episode. It's actually from either Move, Mr. Simon's Universal Essential Sound, or Human Game Console Podcast. It's a podcast episode. See, I brought this full circle to all my content, not just videos or live streams or shorts. You're not supposed to do all of them at the same time, but think that. No, seriously though, but if you can help it, you. But it's a podcast episode that can either be removed for Human Game Console, and it's I think for the sake of what I learned about Human Game, we might want to be leaning more towards Spirit anyway, so it will actually just be moved then. It will be a moved podcast episode. And if I'm bluffing, then fine, but it's just a dream you're talking about stuff, talking about. Controversy, you know it. But 15 minutes? Okay. I'm going to run for 17 and then 20 seconds past 17 minutes. Got me? 17 to 17:20. No end card implied. I'm just going to keep talking. You can add end cards if you want, Tony, but if you add any of the end cards, I promise the last 20 plus, 50, 70 plus videos in a row, Jesus, that wasn't even too many for me. But, 2 minutes left, okay. It's a podcast episode for Move. And what this means is that what would be mysterious about a rebranded podcast that was actually supposed to be about claymations halfway in, when the first 2 episodes link, one of them links High and Private's suggestive objective video. Loved that was a leak for me. Even getting a little Finney's content, that was funny. Some of the unlisted videos that I showed JT and other people had, and just funny. Just funny that that's still available. Really cool, and very proud of that stuff. What I would basically say in that Move podcast is something to the extent of, if this goes outside of claymation again, might as well. But it would be like, so I might literally end up still, unfortunately, and fortunately, talking about the Olympic Games. But then I will one more time talk about irrelevant things in a deep way. And what I will probably mention is my life story front to back. Hail Bop in 1997, marching forth, all the cool stuff since my birth, even before my birth, up until today. And I don't know why people don't believe that I'm confident. It's like, I know it looks like I don't do anything, and I know it's strange that I have all these dreams that are beautiful and they may very well be real. But it's like, maybe I have an insecurity of being called shy if I'm shy, stuff like that. It's like that one example alone. Maybe I will be able to make claymations more often, and it will actually be something I can look back on and be like, I'm glad I took my time with passion content. Do I bluff when I make 700 videos, with including the alt videos, to this day? Do I bluff? No. I am myself. I try, but I have fun. I do the right thing, but I do the best things. We put hashtag, I'm sorry. that's why end card interpretation works. And including just having a timestamp for everything else. Which, by the way, I don't even add the time for everything else. Is this why I need to chill out sometimes? Jesus. Then we'll push for 20 then. We'll push for 20 minutes. I like 2020 vision. And not, well, whatever happened in the year 2020, but, not delving that either way. Either way. So for one thing, I stopped wearing glasses because I didn't want to look at the time clock anymore at work, and I wanted to be more present with who I was and what my intentions were, what I really wanted by any symbolism and literal action. So I stopped wearing glasses. You may notice that halfway through some of my other videos on my other vacation, so to speak. And I stopped wearing glasses halfway through, and it was like, well, don't you want to repair your vision? Controversial how that works either way, even if it's not controversial. But for my own honest endearment and earnesty, I wanted to make sure that I did what I wanted, even if I was so wrong. I think the things that are going to happen to me in the future, and for me, ultimately for me, only for me, all is good. The things I cannot handle in the future, even if I really did procrastinate a lot in my life and just live a life where people have to tell me on what seems objective, you have nothing to complain about, Tony. You just don't do anything. And I can't get angry at that anymore. I probably did before, I don't remember. I probably don't realize I've been angry about that before. Not getting bodied, literally losing my physical body, God forbid. Not being someone who is as famous as Daiyoko, who's born the same day, month, and year as me. The singer from Japan. Funny how you find that shit. But and we even listened to some of her music one time at random. Me and some of my family. But you can't let this stuff get to you. For the longest time, if you do the right thing, you're not going to actually find, because one of the funniest things about life is that when you come full circle to the things you heard about in your childhood, this is just a solid example. You'll find that some of those themes from long ago match up now with your life alone. And it's still unique in a way to yourself that is beautiful ever the same.